Hey guys, Jimbo Klimbo here with Jimbo Klimbo Gaming. We are currently in our Drake Cutter Rambler, and we are in space, able to quantum jump and get the heck out of here. So, as you can see, we just left Area 18. Again, I want to point out, if you're coming into Area 18, look for those green floating lights there, and that's going to show you where the spaceport is. Fly in that direction, and you can eventually request access to be able to land at Area 18. So F4 to get back in the cockpit view. I'm going to hit F1 to be able to quantum travel. So this video is going to cover some quantum travel stuff and just some basic flight things. By no means am I an expert in any of this. This is just from a perspective of a player that's been playing a little bit, not an expert. I'm going to be coming down here to Maps and say I want to go to Walla. Okay, it's a moon that orbits ArcCorp. You can click your destination. I clicked Lyria, it changes everything. But we're going to be going to Walla just as an example, no particular reason. So once you click on where you want to go or your destination, you will have the option here in this little green rectangle right here to click it, and it will route your travel, and that way you know that you have the GPS locked in, ready to go. Okay, I hit F1 to exit that, and it's going to bring up a little interface difference here. So I want to point out I am in nav quantum mode here. Okay, that's what nav QT means. NAV QT. That is nav quantum. You need to be in nav quantum to be able to quantum jump to a location. If you want to change that, my settings I have where you can click my mouse scroll wheel in, not move it forward or backward, but click the actual scroll wheel, and it changes it to nav flight. So nav flight takes away some features and things that are in your eyesight that you don't necessarily want, but you're kind of using it to cruise around planets and things. Now if I click it again, it's going to go to nav scan, which will allow you to scan things, scan locations, and see kind of what's around you. To be able to do that, you hit tab, and it will send out that little wave, and you can see what's kind of in front of you. I'm going to look down at the planet, and you can see that it scans planets and things. So we're going to switch back to quantum, and you're going to see that there is this little circle here. Sometimes it's gold if you're doing missions and things, but you're going to see that this little circle, as you can see on my little strut there, appears, and that will show you where your GPS plotted location that you selected is. You can also show other locations that you could potentially quantum jump to or go to without having to go into your maps and actually map out like a GPS location. However, we're going to look towards that circle, and we're going to put our little reticle, this little circle reticle right here that we have, this one here, inside this bigger circle, and it's going to spool up your quantum drive. And you can see it's done it a few times as you've watched, and it will say it's ready. Sometimes it'll there's another information tab that comes up, and it says cooling, which means that your quantum drive is cooling down to be able to calibrate you to be able to quantum jump. Once you have it and it's green and it says it's ready to go, you're going to hold down your left mouse button, and it's going to jump you to that location. And I'm going to do that right now. So once you hold down your left mouse button, you're going to see that it quantum jumps you. And the animation for that's pretty cool. And you can see we have arrived at Walla. We are here, and you can see it spooling up again, and it's ready to go. Now, this does show those other locations I was telling you. I didn't select Scuttle, okay, but you can point your ship at that location and quantum jump to that. These are various locations. Now, I do want to point the OM points of interest, OM-2 in this case. These are, I don't know what OM stands for, but in my brain, I think it stands for like orbital movement. Let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong. But these are little jump locations to be able to get you around planets very easily without having to do much else in the way of going in your map and all that stuff. So there's a comm array out there. There's this one. I'm going to jump to OM4, as you can see. And it gets you kind of around so you can get to other locations. Every once in a while you'll see where it says obstructed or things like that. That means that you need to move using one of these orbital movement points. I'm going to shut that off. To be able to move and maneuver around the planet so you can kind of get to a location and get out of that obstructed, from it being obstructed. Alright, so if I hold B, it will change your mode to, it's like the gun mode or the combat mode. And you're going to see that it changed down here to SCM gun. That means that I can use my guns to be able to shoot without me switching over to the combat mode. I can't use my guns. I'm left clicking currently. I can't use my guns. I can only jump to these locations. Now moving back again, holding B to switch to your gun mode or your combat mode. You're going to see SCM gun. Now if I click my mouse button again, my scroll wheel button, it's going to change it to your missile mode, and then your scan mode, and then back to your gun mode. Okay. So that's kind of how it looks to be able to get out of your hangar, get out of the atmosphere, get into space, and move around the map. I hope this video helps a lot. I know Star Citizen can be a complicated game, but I'm hoping this video series kind of dumbs it down for not only me, but somebody out there that might need some help. And I don't say dumb down to offend you or make you think that I'm calling you dumb. I'm not. That's just something, that's a phrase that I use, so don't take any offense to it. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about it, if I can improve on anything. If you want to add something that I may have missed that you think is helpful, leave it down in the comments, because new players are going to see this and they're going to be able to read those comments, and it's going to be super helpful. I appreciate you contributing. Hit that like button if it was a good video. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.